hit those, and if she doesn't get it, I'm glad to jump in. But if, I'll do the easy questions.
Nicole Lario, somebody from the housing director.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm just trying to take in the covenant, and I'm trying to find AMI. It's defined in there, but is there a target for AMI or other deed restriction?
Okay, so a two-part answer, Madam Chair. For the original, the intention of the deed restriction for the original sales is to have an average of 100% AMI amongst the units. For resales, we're modeled after our current guidelines policy, which is resolution 2012-50, and that is the lesser of 3% or the percentage increase in AMI.
Thank you.
That answers.
Yeah, and is that in here and I'm just not reading it, or is it?
The resales portion is definitely in there, and I'm gonna flip through this since this is in draft form, just to look at the, okay. The original portion is there. It was our intent to capture that, sorry.
So while we're on that topic, a comment with regards to the deed restriction and the affordability calculation. 3% or less is over time, combined with real estate commissions limited at 2%, at least in some cases been found to end up over a long period of time taking the affordability of units outside the targeted area. One of the things that I checked with Lori Best, the town planner from Breckenridge that works on housing, is that the town of Breckenridge is going to be moving to a fix of 2% and then allowing for some adjustment. And so one of the things that I think that we should be thinking about and asking staff to come back with us on is whether or not the 3% really is the right limitation to be using with regards to an appreciation gap. The other things that I think that we need to be looking at with regards to this, if water and sewer, particularly if water is going to be outside town boundaries, what kind of a cost is there per unit for water service? What kind of a cost is there per sewer service if you're outside boundaries? And then some other things that I think we need to be looking at with regards to road maintenance costs and things like that in terms of overall affordability for these units. But I think really important with regards to what's being proposed is whether or not 3% is the right number for appreciation. And then another thing with regards to these units, the PUD language describes that the units have to average 100%, but we're not hearing anything about a ceiling with regards to how much above 100% can certain units be. So I think that there are more questions for me with regards to how all of that works. I have to admit, I have not had a chance to get completely through this draft covenant and would like to be able to do so, but that's what I was able to get by the time this meeting started on Monday.
And I think, those comments are not new to us. They're all things that we're looking at. With this applicant, they've been very flexible and also understand that we will be bringing, as a completely separate topic, resale calculations and alternatives back to the BOCC on June 27th. So right now we just use the basis of our current guidelines as modeling for this document, but this applicant has assured us that they want to flex with us, and I don't think any of those points are going to be controversial.
So this is really a question for the applicant, but I thought I'd ask you and your, at least your perspective on it. And that is, this kind of development makes sense, where you have density in the front, and then that's a really common way of developing. But I really like the idea of integrating, deed restriction in with market rate. So this is an unfair question for you because you're not the applicant. But I know you have perspective, so I just thought, any insights?
Well, from the affordable housing perspective, there's a lot of it, high density development across the street and where this density is focused. And also speaking personally as a common trail user up there, the way that this development is oriented with the open space and preserving the trail usage sort of lends itself better to the overall plat. Typically, I am a big fan of integration. However, I think this is naturally achieving some of the integration by virtue of making preservation of the trails and the natural space the first priority.